Page 20, Morning Has Broken. They're reviewing the key of F major. F major has one flat. Please go do my video on F major. Do the intermediate part. The scale video on F major. Yeah. Let's talk about this. You have that extended position. I'm sure they've introduced it before now, where typically the first three notes in this piece, the FAC, you'd finger 1 through 5. But the extended is where you're putting another F on top, here, and you're sticking the note. That's the extended position, right? So the fingering has to be different. It's that. That's the fingering for it. So anytime you see that kind of a pattern in a piece, you just finger it that way if you can. You can't always, but usually you can. Then, going on with the right hand. Next measure, you have that dotted half note F. You see the fingering there is 5-4, so you play it with 5th finger and immediately put your 4th finger on it. And I said immediately, just get in the habit of doing it immediately. Because you need your 5th finger for the next one, and we want to finger it legato. We're not going to rely on the pedal. The hand's got to do the work, so do it. And then a little break to the next phrase. Top of page 21, notice it's the 4th finger on the C because we need the 5th finger coming up. Like so. It's about all there is on the right hand except for the last measure. I'll explain that because you're going to see this type of thing a lot in this book, and it's the same thing throughout. The last two measures, you have a thumb on the F, and then you have the C, you have the A and the F again. This is like this F chord without the C. That's the fingering for it. So I recommend you finger it that way. So on the last measure, finger that 2-5. Anytime you see this kind of thing, and you will see it, 2-5. Left hand's just doing the chords, the primary chords in F major. This has some examples at the bottom of page 21 for some variations, some different ways of playing the left hand, because you don't have to do this pattern in the left hand shown in the piece. And in case I haven't mentioned it before, when I do a waltz pattern like this, I typically play the first note long and then I play the other notes disconnected. See, the accent, the natural accent comes on the first beat. You feel that 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It helps to bring out the natural accent. Now, at the bottom of page 21, the first example they give is to play broken chords instead of it. That's fine. However, for the example 2, I completely disagree with that. I think it's so out of context for this. You do it if you want to. But the idea is this is felt in 3. It's like a waltz. 1, 2, 3, 1. And that last example is felt in 2. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. And when I tried it with this piece, I just flat didn't like the sound at all. I mean, it's the. If you like that sound, go for it. But I don't recommend an example 2. Now, it's up to you and your imagination what patterns you play in the left hand. You can play all kinds of patterns as you get better, and you will. One way to do it is to play the first note in this, play the first note in octaves. Because you got the pedal down to help you connect them. Doesn't work out so well in this piece, but a lot of pieces it will. So you decide and experiment what you like. Let's talk about this pedaling thing. I like to make some alterations in this pedaling because I like to hear the phrasing and I don't like it getting too mushy. A little mushy is fine. This is a mushy piece. So we're going to play it legato for the most part, except where they tell you don't pedal. But I want a break between the phrases, so that is not legato in there. Let's just go with the first line at the bottom of 21. You don't pedal the first measure. Then the next measure you pedal. Then at the end of that measure, before you start the E, lift the pedal up with the hand so we get a little silence, so it's here. silence before you play the first note on page 21. Lift the pedal up here so we get silence. Lift the pedal up. Two measures are all pedaled together to type that. So that's the pedaling I recommend. I just like to hear the phrasing is all. If you don't like to hear the phrasing, then legato pedal the whole thing. Just good old. Except for the measures they tell you not to. Now look at the note. There's a little instruction there right above the top staff at the beginning of this. You see the word moderato, and it tells you how fast to go. It's a moderate speed, whatever that means. And then right under that you say EVA second time. You don't really say it, you see it, I say it, you see it, whatever. So when you repeat this, the right hand instead of here is going to go up to here. Only the right hand. It doesn't say both hands, so the left hand stays where it's at. It's left out. Too bad. So let's try this out. 3/4 time. I'll give us 3 counts and we'll play it. Right hand's here. Left hand. Foot's on the pedal. We are ready to go. 1, ready, go.